TV. This is community TV with Adaire. TV for you by TV from me. This is where I talk to people in the community who are doing amazing things to add a value to the lives of people around them. Now, this could be anything from a gardening show, cooking, yoga, meditation, reading tarot cards, healing, physical fitness, or much, much more. Now, today I am speaking again with Malcolm Haines, and he has a show. He has an amazing garden. Sorry, getting it right. Amazing garden out in the northern suburbs of Adelaide. And last time, about 2 months ago, he took us through his what I call his summer garden and showed us how to eat weeds, how to cultivate and eat weeds. And now he's here to share with us a bit about the winter garden. Hello, Malcolm. Permaculture. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm doing really well. We've got to think of a sexy name for you. So, so we've got.
It's a bit cooler this time. Yeah.
It is a bit cooler. You've got your beanie on, and we've had. So, if anybody has got any questions or any comments you would like to ask Malcolm, or you can share this broadcast, please do. Malcolm, we didn't actually discuss what we were going to really get into, so I'm at your mercy for half an hour. Let's start with, what does your winter garden look like?
Well, it's a bit different to the last one.
Yeah.
What do? I've got to turn that around, don't I? I'm learning how to use this phone as a camera and everything. So if you remember last one, it was pretty dense. You couldn't move anywhere without touching anything.
Yeah.
I'll start from the front door, and I'll just flip you around.
Yeah.
There you go. Everything's just been opened up a lot more.
It looks quite different.
Leaves are starting to drop now. You can see them all over the place. All the winter veggies are in, the kales and the broccolis and all that kind of good stuff, all those leafy veggies.
Hang on a minute. I'm just going to give you full screen.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can lean forward and not look like an old lady.
Okay.
All right. So go back to the kales and the broccolis.
Over this way. Okay.
Let me.
This is all the usual winter veggies, your kale, some kinds of broccolis, lots of onions and garlic and things coming up. We tend to use a lot of Asian vegetables here because, Juliana's from the Philippines and likes to cook them. And also, they don't seem to attract as many pests as the usual European ones. So you got what they call kailan and wongbok. And there's some kale seedlings coming up in there because you can't go without your kale.
I know. I have kale every day. Is it hard to grow, or is it?
No, it's just like any other cabbage. You just stick it in the ground and keep the nutrients up to it.
Yeah.
Kale will last about 2 to 3 years. It's a perennial, so you can keep harvesting from it for a long time. But we found after about 2 years, the leaves start to get smaller.
Oh, okay.
Pack it out. I don't know if you remember last time we had a red kale and that was about 4 feet tall.
Does it go to seed?
It does. We haven't let it go to seed yet, but we just if you keep harvesting it and keep breaking the seed heads off.
So it actually produces all year round?
Yeah. Winter,
wow.
summer, everything.
Yeah.
And here we got I've got a couple of spiky bits in around the place to keep the blackbirds off. They love this time of year as well because everybody's putting out their seedlings.
Yeah.
But in there we've got a whole pile of daikon coming up. Those long white Japanese radishes.
Yeah.
Huge.
Are they the ones that they soak in sugar water and put in Vietnamese rolls?
Yeah, that's the ones. I think the white ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I like those.
The big radish. We got pictures of Dad a couple of years ago with one that was 1.5 feet long and weighed nearly 2 kilos.
Really?
Yeah, they love a little bit of TLC.
And you got that from out of your garden?
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago now.
Wow.
So, This area last time was just completely full. But we've opened it right up. We put a path in so we can access it, a bit more efficient. And we've got all the winter veggies in there. Because of this weird weather we're having, sweet potato is still growing. We love our sweet potato. We use the leaves. We use the whole plant. And normally it's starting to die off at this time of year.
Yeah. Is that because we've had a bit of a warmer
definitely
autumn? Yeah.
Definitely. And we've just planted another crop just to see if they'll make it over the whole winter.
So
we're pretty amazed with that.
Yeah. Wow. So you got potato.
Yeah, there's another variety down there. See the leaves? That's a different kind. We've got 5 different kinds of sweet potato.
5. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So Linda is saying, I look at these amazing gardens and I feel overwhelmed. I just don't even know where to start.
I'll get
that too.
Start with one pot.
Start with one pot.
Couple of square feet. Just a couple of square feet. I usually like to tell people to start working in those polystyrene veggie boxes, broccoli boxes.
Oh, yes. Now, Jelena's here as well.
Jelena's here? No, she's not here. Or is she online, is she?
She's here. She's saying, hi, Adaire. I'm at uni, so I couldn't join. She's saying daikon is great for salad. So
Jelena will be really happy because the first of her tree dahlias has just flowered today.
Oh, they're my favourite. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
She'll be so happy to see that. Yeah, you can't eat those. They're about the only thing in the garden that we can't eat. But she likes them so much.
I love those. Do you actually cut the stems and then replant them? Because I know the tree dahlias.
That's how we got them. This is the first year we've had them. So this is, it's all experimental for us now.
Oh, wow. So
you can see in the back, passion fruit. Where are we? There.
And then Linda's saying that's beautiful. So is it passion fruit season now?
Well, usually it's pretty well finished by now, but we're just yielding more and more, and it's still flowering. So
again, that's probably due to warmer autumn, I guess.
That's our passion fruit along there. Yeah. We actually put it along this side of the house so that it would block the western sun.
Yeah.
So it's a canopy, but it's got a little bit out of hand on the top, so I'm going to have to get up and trim it, and it's going up under the eaves.
It's riding amok completely. It's having a party over there.
But we get the sun coming straight from the west, and it gets really hot. I've measured 42, 44, 46 degrees on the wall.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Linda's saying your plants must be very happy.
I hope they are.
Yeah, they look happy. They look very, very happy.
This one's a bit too happy, though, this one. This is madder. It's a dye plant. And we put it in, and we heard it was a bit voracious and a bit aggressive, but we didn't realise how much. And it's actually the reason we had to open this whole area up was because I started to dig it up from the one plant, which was about where the bottom of that pole is.
Yeah.
And the roots had went all the way over here, all the way down here. Everywhere I'm showing you now was all madder roots.
So what do you
use the whole area up? Madder, M-A-D-D-E-R.
Oh, madder. What do you use that for?
It's a dye plant. It makes a red dye.
Oh, okay.
A traditional dye. Here's Athena come to have a poke around as well. Hey, girl.
Oh, look at those puppy dog eyes.
She's great. She's a good dog.
Jelena's saying I use the madder roots for textile dyeing. Is there anything you guys don't do? Seriously?
Not really. Not really. Make any money? That's what we don't do.
There's ways to do that. I want to say, Jelena's saying she used the daikon is great for salad. So what?
Yeah.
The daikon?
That's the Japanese radish, the white one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes. So
I continue to be educated.
Yeah. It's all a learning experience. Learning.
It is. And that's probably, I guess, there's those rabbits. Are they the ones with the central heating?
That's the ones. But they're going into a new house soon. A friend of ours gave us their rabbit run, which is this one here, which needs a little bit of tidying up, and that's going to give them much more space, a bit more shelter, and just get them out of the weather a little bit.
Did you have I saw a solar panel. That wasn't on that.
Whereabouts? We got lots of them around the place.
Oh, okay.
The one on the birdhouse, that used to run the pump that was in the pond there, but the pump's died, so it's not running anything at the moment.
Yeah.
But I've got solar panels everywhere. Little ones, little 10-watt ones, 50-watt ones. Most of the garden runs by itself. Little lights and pumps and hopefully fans and heaters this year, once I get a bit more work done around the place.
So tell me, what do you mean about fans and heaters?
Well, I like to keep my little chooks warm, or cool. Well, over summer they kept nice and cool because we had a solar panel, which is this one here, running a fan that went under the rainwater tank.
Oh,
so the air was cooled and blew through the chook house.
So they had like evaporative cooling in the chook house.
So we just watered under the tank, kept the soil moist, and the air blew through, and kept the chooks cool.
Linda's saying your bunnies are cute. Oh my God! So you had now? Are they producing? They give you eggs, or do they?
We've got 3 chooks, and we get 3 eggs every day.
So
didn't have so much on the really hot weather. They didn't like to lay then, but now they're okay. Is
that because you put evaporative cooling in their hen house?
Probably. Someone had a system of passive heating, which will sort of capture the heat and blow it through the hen house as well, and then we'll do the same for the rabbits.
Wow!
Keep them happy.
If I die and you're still doing this, I want to come back as one of your chooks.
That's right.
Wow.
And all this has been opened up now. This is all new. We had to take out the pepino because it was just going crazy and filling this whole end up.
So we've Malcolm, you just
replaced it with a small one.
Malcolm, you're just going to have to dumb it right down for me.
Okay. There was a big plant there taking up too much space, so we had to take it out.
So was it an edible plant?
Yeah, it's a pepino. It's one of the Solanum families. It's like a melon, and it grows all year round. It produces fruit all year round. Once you've got it established, you don't need to water it. It just keeps going and going. And the fruit, when you eat them green, they're like a cucumber, and they'll ripen up and become like a rock melon after a while as well. So that was about roughly the height of this wire frame.
Yeah.
It's a sprawling plant, but we like to train everything upwards here so we can fit more into the space.
Yes.
So we try and force it up.
Did you sacrifice a pepino for what did you sacrifice that for?
Another pepino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just got too big. It's a great plant. It produces all year round and takes hardly any effort to keep it going. So it's really a must-have, I think, for most food gardens.
So you couldn't trim it back? I'm just a bit...
Oh, I kept hacking it back all the time, all year, and it just became woody and leggy and just untidy.
Yep, so time for it to go. Linda's saying, good tip, go vertical to fit more things in.
Yeah, see, there's a vertical frame there. With that's a native raspberry that we're training up there.
A native raspberry? I didn't even know.
Sweet appleberry. Yeah, Rubus parviflorus. It's a small raspberries, but it's a hardy plant, and it's quite tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're happy with it. We haven't had any fruit from it yet, but lots of flowers this year. It's the first year it's been in. We've got 2 of them.
I was going to say, how long before they flower?
Oh, as I said, it's already flowered, but we didn't get fruit this year, so that's all right. It's only the first year.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. And I thought the mugwort had died off here. That's this plant in the front there, the little fat one.
Yeah.
And that's come back from nothing. I thought it died, so we're really happy about that as well. That's a pretty useful herb. Here's our poor little lemon tree. It just suffered. We had some big plants along the front fence line here, and it wasn't getting enough light, but it's happy now. We've got a lemon on there. It's
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
almost as high as the tree. But, yeah, that gets all the overflow from the wicking bed. So it should be really happy and healthy now. It's got more light. And there's a bit of a dense planting. If you want to go dense, grow lab beans. They're too much for this garden.
What are they?
Lab beans or hyacinth beans. They're a tropical bean, but they like it down here. And where's some bean pods? They produce little bean pods, like little flat bean pods. These are a bit old, actually, because we don't eat them that much. But the flowers are sweet and delicious.
Oh, you just ate a flower and we didn't see that?
Yeah, we eat the flowers more than we do the bean pods.
Oh,
they're really popular in the south of India.
Yeah.
And a lot of tropical areas. Also called hyacinth beans. But this is a volunteer bean from last year. We didn't plant this one. It just came up.
A volunteer bean.
Go to fill a bit of space, but it's got to come out soon.
Jelena's saying the Japanese radish daikon is popular in her home country, which is the Philippines, as a healthy salad that is easy to prepare. It has a crisp texture, which gives the salad dish added crunch. I actually want to see Jelena making one from the radish in the garden.
One day when she's not working.
Yeah, I know she's flat out. Linda's saying nice pepper flowers that you can eat. She's going to keep an eye out for. She's sweet. Keep an eye out for lab beans, and she's got a question mark. Is it LAB?
That's right.
Yep,
They're also called hyacinth beans as well.
Yep. Okay.
They
cool.
call that too.
Yep.
And here we're pretty happy. We've got goji berries. I just broke that one before, but we're going to have goji berries again this year. This is a really easy to grow plant. It's practically indestructible. And when you see the price that you pay for them in health food shops, when you pay for the berries,
I pay for the berries, and I know that they're a lot of money. So
it's easy to grow. You don't buy the ones from Bunnings though, because that's a slightly different variety, and they don't yield very well. So you'd have to hunt around and try and get something. They do sell them at Bunnings and hardware stores. Am I allowed to say Bunnings on here?
We're not being paid for any product placement or any shout outs, or we haven't got brand partners yet, but we may be at some point in the not too distant future not be able to go, right, well, let's actually know if that's fair enough. I don't think it's anything gets Bunnings.
Okay, and I'm happy to see this is an edible weed that we talked about. We didn't talk about this one last time because they weren't growing very well. So that's blackberry nightshade.
Okay, now let's just go back. Jelena's saying one day when she finishes her PhD study, she'll do a cooking show. I am going to keep you to that, Jelena. And
she wants to do a traveling cooking show where she travels around the Philippines and.
Well, she can live stream. She can live stream that straight back through My Time TV. Linda is saying, would goji berries grow in the tropics?
Yeah.
They would.
They're a really hardy plant. They're one of the solanum family, and we use solanums. I'll just wait for a car to go past. There you go. Solanums are used all through tomatoes, potatoes. They're all in the same family. They're all quite hardy.
Yeah.
And that's another solanum there. That's blackberry nightshade, which is a prolific weed. You might recognise the leaves and the flowers there that you see around on the roadsides.
Yes. So
quite edible. They're like little tiny tomatoes. It's related to tomatoes.
Oh wow! So and you would eat them in salads or?
Yeah. I like them with a bit of sugar on them. They're nice. This one's looking a bit dirty now because it's the end of the season and I didn't look after it very much. But we had one last year that we got, I picked it off of the roadside as a small seedling, and we grew it, and we stopped counting after 3 kilos of berries.
Oh, really? Oh, my God.
It's an amazing plant, and nutritious and good for you, and related to tomatoes.
Yeah,
and tastes just like it.
So
there we've got our native thyme.
Yeah.
Crocynthera incisa, which is just loving that wicking bed there. We got muntries coming up in there as well, but they don't seem to like the wicking bed idea very much, so they'll come out.
So just show us the wicking bed, Malcolm.
Sorry?
Show us the wicking bed.
This is one of the wicking beds.
That's one of them. How many wicking beds do you have?
1, 2, 3, 7. We got 7.
Okay. So can you come back and show us how to put one together?
Oh, it's easy. You just I don't know. It's just so easy. We'll do it one day.
I know. That's you say it's easy, but you do it all the time. I say going live on Facebook's easy, but I do it all the time.
Well, we had to start somewhere.
That's right. Exactly. So
and then over there we've got more sweet potato. We've got rhubarb. This year, for some reason, I've got a taste for rhubarb. I've never really liked it until this year. So we're putting some in.
Yeah.
Beautiful plant. And this weird device you see here is a comfrey tea maker.
Oh.
So comfrey leaves, that's this plant.
Yeah.
Comfrey accumulates a lot of nutrients and a lot of minerals from the soil. So and it makes a beautiful compost mixture, compost tea. But when you make comfrey tea or nettle tea, the traditional way, it gets really smelly. It's really terrible. So what you do is you put it in a tube like this, pack it in there really tightly, put a weight on it, and that squeezes the juice slowly over time out, and you got a concentrated black liquid in the bottom. And that has no smell at all. So and for a small garden, you want to cut down the amount of bad smells you've got.
Yes. Yes. Wow.
So
then, sorry, I was looking at the comments. Jelena says she'll do a traveling cooking show. Fingers crossed. No, I'm going to hold you to that, Jelena, when she gets back to her home country next year.
Next year.
So, did you know about that?
I didn't know about that, but things happen.
Pack your bags, we're going, you guys. And Linda's like, Lol, it's easy. So is getting plants to grow. Bah, ha, ha, ha.
Getting plants to grow is dead. Well, the plants do the work.
Yeah. Yes.
The plants do the work if you do it right. There's no need to
I'm not entirely convinced about that because I've had more failures than I've had successes. But that's probably possibly because I didn't do the preparation right.
Preparation's important. Yeah, that's the main thing.
So there's another.
The soil and the plant will do.
Hey.
Just prepare the soil and the plant will do the work.
Yeah. Just prepare the soil. There's so much.
When you get to know about your plants, you know that like plants like this, which is an elder, the elderberries that you get?
Yeah.
That's an elder tree.
Yes.
And that's a nursery tree because plants that grow underneath an elder tree grow healthier. It puts out something that makes them very, very, very happy. And this year we've got our first elderberries. There you go.
So, and while you're showing us the elderberries, Linda says, if you do it right, she heard that throwaway comment. And Galena's saying that you had lots of success with the sweet potato.
Oh, yeah. Sweet potatoes thrives here.
So Jelena, I have a question for Jelena. What do you do? How do you prepare the elderberries?
She doesn't know that one.
So can you share them?
Elder's a fantastic tree. There's an old saying in England that if a village has an elder tree, then nobody needs to get sick because every part of the tree is useful medicinally.
Yes.
The flowers, the bark, the leaves, the roots, the berries, all used for different things medicinally.
And so, how do you prepare it and how do you use it?
There's a lot of different ways to do that. So you'd use the flowers if you've got a cold. The first sign of a cold, you have elderflower tea, and that'll kick out a sweat and a bit of a chill, and you probably get over your cold really quickly.
Yep.
The bark is a laxative.
Yep.
The leaves can be used for colds and flus as well.
Yeah.
Then the roots have another use. So it's all, and it's a tree that I could just cut here, stick it in some damp soil, and it would take root and grow another tree.
Really?
Wow. Amazing. And they nurture other plants around them. And that's why we've got the rabbits under it as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hopefully it'll nurture the rabbits too.
Now, we talked about this last time about the rabbits, why they're there and what they're there for. So do you want to share again? Because we'll have some different eyeballs on it this time.
Okay, well, the rabbits, you have to excuse, we tried using paper as the bedding last week, but it's they tend to throw it around the place. They don't like it so much. So I have to clean this out thoroughly when they get their new room. But the rabbits are there for the rabbit poo. Rabbit poo is, you can put it straight on the garden. It's not strong like chicken manure or pigeon manure. They concentrate calcium, so it's a high level of calcium, so it helps to balance out the pH in the soil as well. And they're making lots and lots of poo, and I catch that in that bucket there underneath in the container. Hello. And then later on, that's going to make methane gas. So we're going to make our own methane digester and use that for cooking gas.
Really?
Yeah, so that's just an experiment for the future.
I was going to say, have you done that before?
When the weather warms up. Pardon?
Have you done that before?
No, this is a new thing. So I have to give it a try.
So you're always adding things that you can do, adding new ways that you can. Wow. So when you convert it into methane.
Yep.
I'm just blown away by this.
We just compress it and just use it for outdoor cooking.
Wow.
Right.
So, Malcolm,
we're
out of time.
Again?
Yes, I know. You went, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And look at this. Half an hour later, flick your camera around because we're going to have to continue the conversation another time. This is fascinating stuff. I love it. But I have to be somewhere in about half an hour, and it's going to take minutes to get there. So otherwise I would hang around and talk a bit more. But I would love to see you doing some regular shows here and bringing this stuff. We'll talk. We'll definitely talk.
Okay, then. No worries, Adaire. Well, thanks for the time.
I'm going to get on your case, but thank you so much to Jelena saying, I have to give you an hour at least. And Malcolm was saying before, I don't know what I'm going to talk about for half an hour.
Half an hour is fun.
Awesome. Hey, Malcolm, does your dad know that you're on today?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Well, when I finish my other appointment, I'll drop over. I'll give him my phone. Actually, I should take my computer over and hook it up to his TV, and he can see on the big screen.
He wants to get a new telephone plan so he can use the internet. So that's a big step for my dad. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
That's a big step for my dad.
It is indeed. All right. Well, I took my phone over last time you were on with on My Time TV, and I said, "Yeah, watch this." And half an hour later, I went back, and he's still sitting there like he's got this little tiny toy in his hand. So I'll make sure he gets to see it. So good stuff. Then. Thank you, Malcolm. It's been an absolute delight, and thank you for people who are joining us, and for those people watching the replay. We'll see more of Malcolm because I find this stuff fascinating, and let me know also if you have any questions, put them down below. You can catch up with Malcolm. He's got a page called Adaire, Ligaya.
Ligaya.
Ligaya. I know I've got the I's and the A's wrong. Jelena's saying thank you. The link to his page, where did we go? The link to his page is up there.
Okay.
Above the broadcast. Click on the page, go over, send Malcolm a message, ask him any questions about gardening, anything that came up today, and I'm sure he'll be happy. I want to track this methane experiment.
Oh yeah, in summer when the weather's warmer.
Yeah, I really want to know. I want to know about how you go to prepare for it, what study you do, what research. Like seriously, it's
all on YouTube. It's all on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
No, I want it from you.
Okay.
Okay. Because all right, no worries. Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday. I'll just drop you out there. And thanks, Malcolm. So Malcolm Haines and his lovely garden out of north of Adelaide, sharing with his permaculture and what he does, the methane experiment. I'm so following that because I think that would be a really, really interesting thing to do. We'll see you next week at 2 p.m. again, Australian Central Standard Time on Community TV with Adaire, for Community TV with Adaire on My Time TV. Thank you very much and bye for now.